So on a cold January day, when there's a foot of snow on the ground, who wants to walk through all the snow to get to where they need to go? Probably no one, and neither did the early Scandinavian people. And that's why they skied back then. So today I'm going to talk to you about the history of skiing. After reading the book, The History of Skiing and Other Winter Sports, reading the article, Two Planks and a Passion, and visiting the website, freethepowder.com, I feel that I'm qualified to inform you on the history of skiing. So now that I've given you a preview about what I'm going to discuss today, I'm going to move on to my first... I forgot to mention, my three main points are going to be the original purpose of skiing, the history of alpine skiing, and the development of the modern skiing we know today. And now that I've given you a preview of what I'm going to talk about, I'm going to move on to my first main point, which is how skiing originated. As I said in the introduction, early people used skiing as a way to get around, and skis weren't as advanced back then because they had to be thicker to allow for weight distribution. And according to the book, The History of Skiing and Other Winter Sports, it wasn't until the mid-1800s that skis were made longer, and back then they were made to be like 8 feet long, much longer than they are today. And so now that I've talked about the early history of skiing, I'm going to talk to you about the development of alpine skiing. The original alpine ski that developed wasn't like they are today. They just had a spring-loaded cable that attached down to the heel rather than the binding that we know today. And according to freethepowder.com, alpine racing wasn't developed until 1891, and skiing was founded as an Olympic sport in 1905. And that was according to the article Two Planks and a Passion. And now that I've discussed about the history of alpine skiing, I'm going to talk to you about how the skiing we know today was developed. And the first chairlift was developed in 1936, according to freethepowder.com, and the first plastic shell boot was invented in 1962 by Bob Lang. And you may be familiar with that brand of ski boots that are around today. And now I'm going to show you some pictures. This is a picture of me skiing from a long time ago, and this is a picture of the progression of skis from being shorter and thicker to being longer, and now to still being narrow today, but a little less long. And this is a more modern picture of me skiing, and this is a picture of a pair of modern skis, and this is another old picture of me skiing. So I hope that you've learned something about the history of skiing today. Thank you.